guys, welcome to Broke Teachers Travel Podcast. I'm Marnie.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we are going on an adventure. We are going to follow along with Jeff's trip that he took to Turkey. Hi guys, welcome to Broke Teachers Travel Podcast. I'm Marnie.
And I'm Jeff.
And today we are going on an adventure. We are going to follow along with Jeff's trip that he took to Turkey. You know, we were talking about the bazaar earlier. You also saw a pretty massive market right behind your hotel.
All right, so things are so much different here. You know, we have farmers markets and things like that. And, you could have big farmers market, but usually it's 20, 30 people, at least in our community. Well, it was a Saturday, and my friend said, hey, do you want to go get some fresh fruit? And I'm like, from where? And he says, well, the market. And I'm like, so like the supermarket? And he says, no. And we're up in our hotel, and he points down, and there are tents all throughout the streets. And so we go down, and it's maybe 20 city blocks. And that's not an exaggeration, because I think we walked it all.
Yeah.
And so they had everything from produce. They had, they had clothes. Matter of fact, they had some Disney stuff there. They had Captain America shirt there, and it was just a massive place. And my friend was telling me that all the communities all over, Istanbul does this. So again, 16 million people, and it's broken down into by these communities, and it was just really
And you were shocked by the price of the produce.
Oh yeah, it's like for less than $3,
You had like a pound of cherries.
I had a pound of
you said a pound of grapes.
Pound of cherries, pound of grapes, all sorts of stuff. And the only problem was, I had to start taking that stuff with me because I got so much, and I couldn't just leave it in the hotel when we went to the next city. But we managed to eat it all. We didn't throw anything away. So
that's good. And you said it was really good too. That you could just tell a difference.
Right.
That it was homegrown.
And that's the one thing that when you travel abroad is that, again, they have some processed foods like we do, but, those grapes, they were on the vine the day before yesterday.
Yes.
There wasn't, freezing things and sending them, because there's all of these farms everywhere. And that was a really neat thing to witness.
Yeah, because that you're not, you're buying something from a local farmer. And you're helping them out,
And Marnie always talks about it, and that was one of those things that you just wander into stuff, man. It's like, oh my gosh, this is cool. And I was like, I thought it was kind of like a farmer's market here, maybe 10 or 15 tables. No, it's like 10 or 15 blocks, and it's
and that's really, really cool. And we have an overview of that for you too, to show you how large it actually is. We have a picture and a little bit of video of that.
Marnie always talks about just living around, seeing the culture. So, hi. So we're just chilling out at this little flea market behind the hotel, and there's all sorts of stuff here. 18 eggs is basically $1.25. Everything is just crazy cheap here. And it goes on and on and on. So you guys know I love flea markets, and always looking for the deal, and well, there's a bunch of them here.
Now, you did run across some American food at the mall.
Well, I ran across American food everywhere, okay? So
you can't escape fast food.
Well, Western food, because I didn't know until I always just assumed that Popeyes and some of those places were American food, but apparently they sold them to a Canadian consortium.
Okay.
I don't know, something. So the guy in Turkey was telling me, and yeah, so there were, I think in Turkey, there's over 500 Popeyes chicken.
Wow.
Yeah, and so the first hotel we stay in, there's actually a catwalk that connects us to a mall. Mm-hmm. And so we go over there, and and my son had talked about, well, Dad, I heard they have American food that tastes different. And so I go over to and have an option between, a Wendy's, McDonald's, all of these things.
Yeah, you said there was a Burger King.
A Burger King, and so I ended up going one of my Popeyes chicken sandwich. And so I got my Popeyes chicken sandwich, and it was truly amazing.
And it was also inexpensive.
Okay, so Yeah, so for the chicken sandwich, the waffle fries, and the Coke Zero, it was $3.25. Yes, $3.25.
Just to let you know, it's at least like around $10
Right.
here.
And it
for
was
the same meal.
And it was great. There was an issue when I went to pay, and so many people speak English over there, but the lady that was working didn't, and so I gave her the money, and she said something, and I didn't understand, and I was trying to get my translator out, and the lady behind me spoke perfect English and said she asked you have a smaller bill, and I'm like, okay, and sure, and so. But yeah, to eat out anywhere for $3.25 is a pretty cool deal.
Yeah, it is.
I'm eating a Popeyes chicken sandwich in Istanbul. It's very good. The fries are great. The chicken sandwiches, I believe you're right, better. I do know that this combo meal cost me about $3.25.
And something that kind of won my heart about this country is the fact that they love cats. You told me that there were cats everywhere.
Okay, so it is very interesting. Greece and Turkey, both of those places have a cat population, and they love it. Those cats are the rulers of the roost. That every night and every morning you see, whether it's near the subways, whether it's anywhere, that these cats, they're food, there's drinks there, there's water for them. They actually have these little cat houses in case there's bad weather.
Mm-hmm. And they take care of them. They get their shots, they get immunizations, they're spayed and neutered, the whole 9 yards. But you could also get in trouble if you mess with one of the cats.
Oh, yeah. When we were coming out of the cisterns I was talking about earlier, there was a gift shop, and there was a cat that was just kind of laying there, and this guy was trying to get by, and he doesn't kick the cat. He just kind of nudges it, and the lady in the bookstore kicks the guy out and yells at him in about 3 or 4 different languages. When she got to the English, I was very aware of what she was saying, but basically, this is his house, not yours, and that brought some joy.
And you
to
saw one cat actually ride down the escalator.
Oh yeah, so yeah, absolutely. That was the craziest thing. That it was the most bougie cat in the world. We were in the mall, and I was like on the 2nd or 3rd floor, and I get on the escalator, and this cat gets on the escalator beside me, doesn't walk down the steps, just stands
rides
and
rides
the escalator, and then this is why it makes it the most bougie. Jumps off the escalator and runs and jumps in a chair at Starbucks, and I'm like, I mean, it's like a cartoon. I couldn't make this up. So
I thought that was hilarious. You also have a picture of a cat laying by some very formal, beautiful dresses in a dress shop.
Right.
You sent that to me,
yeah.
and I love it because I love cats.
And the cats and dogs as well. And so, but they take care of them, and it's one of those things that. They don't annoy you. They are perfectly good with people.
They're accustomed to people, yeah.
And so but in the bazaar, and a lot of people are like, well, maybe that's dirty or whatever. No, man,
cats are clean.
It is the cleanest place. The dog is the cleanest place. You have people that take care of them. It's like you have the community dog, you have the community cats, and
they are well fed.
Right. Oh yeah, I didn't see a thin one among the whole time I was there, and there was one time we were coming back, and there were about 5 or 6 little kittens in this one little area. Remember?
Oh yes.
Yeah, and that was just really cool as well. So.
Now, you actually found a great deal on food at the bus station on one of your last days in Istanbul, not in Turkey, but in Istanbul. Right.
Well, one of the things over there is there is a public transportation culture. Okay, not everyone has cars. Okay, I won't say very few, but cars are expensive. Gas is expensive, but their bus system, their in country flights, everything is so cheap and affordable. So we took the bus from Istanbul to Izmir, and we stopped at this bus station, and we'll talk about the bus later. It was like $10, and it came with snacks and sodas and had a TV with
nice bus.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for
like a charter bus.
Yeah, it was a charter bus, right, for like $10. And but we stopped at this bus stop, and we go look around, and it was like it was just such a cool place. And I ended up getting a sandwich and a Coke Zero for.
Yeah, and you had something else too, some chips or something
else.
Yeah,
and it was under $5. And
I think you said it was under $3, actually.
But it was just a really neat thing.
Which is perfect for broke teachers.
and I'm in this bus station eating this Euro, Gyro, and my Coke Zero, and talking about broke teachers travel. This little treat with the soda cost me roughly $2.50. And, there are some things that are a little different that, you pay for the public restrooms, but it's something like 15 cent, 20 cent.
Yeah.
And
so make sure you carry change on you. That's important.
And I will tell you this cool story. And it's, so I was in the line, and the machine wouldn't give me change. And so, and again, it's like 20 cent or something. And I didn't have enough, and so I'm trying to find change, and this little boy comes up to me, and he gives me, it was like the Mean Joe Green commercial, the little boy gives me, and he points to that, and I was like, well, thank you. So went and used the bathroom, and then came out, and I went and gave the kid, saw his parents, and I said thank you, and I gave him, I don't know, like $5 or $6, like $5, and man, that kid, you would think that, he went and bought him and his brother a bag of chips and and a drink, and it was but it was just a cool thing because he didn't have to do that,
right?
And it just goes to speak to
their culture and how their children are raised, right. And it's a beautiful thing.
It really is. It's one of the most amazing places I've ever been. So look forward to talking about it more and getting Marnie over there.
Yes, and I can't wait to go. Okay, guys. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode, and we're going to have more of these on Turkey. Don't forget about that. We're going to do more episodes on Turkey and follow Jeff's journey through the country. It's going to be very, very interesting and fun. But that's going to do it for today. Thanks for following along. Remember, hit that like and subscribe button and follow us on socials. And thanks for being a part of our conversation and always being there and subscribing to our channel. And remember, break the monotony,
not the bank.
Bye, guys.
If you have any questions,
leave them in the comments.
Take care.